Morning, internet. So actually I should say it's good afternoon. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and start uploading the vlog from yesterday. Please be sure to go check it out, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I believe today is the 14th day of Shawwal. So I'm just gonna clean up a little bit. This has been a long time coming. I'm actually updating, in 2017, I'm actually updating my my iMovie from the old version to the latest version on my Mac. So I'm just gonna go in and have some breakfast. I'm just having my breakfast. So this is a vegetable omelet, and this is a skewer seekh kebab, beef. My mom's trying to make it's sort of like pulled chicken. So we have some chicken here that looks like a couple of pounds of chicken, cut with the bone-in chicken, and then this is halim. Or these are just like, this is a packet of, we have it on low. So I got the halim masala by Laziza, and it came with a packet of rice with beans, kind of all, I think it was rice and beans, like all in like one, like huge packet that you can actually use to create or cook halim. And then so it's really delicious. It's like, it's sort of like pulled chicken with like rice and beans like mixed in. It's super like saucy and dippy. But anyways, okay, so this is the chicken we're gonna use. Okay, so this actually contains beans with, I think, like grains of wheat. So what I'm doing here is I actually I went ahead and took the chicken. It was kind of sitting down to thaw, but I'm gonna go ahead and, since this is bone, we cannot, this is bone-in chicken, we cannot cook it to make halim. So I'm gonna go ahead and boil it right now. So I'm just actually cooking it on a medium heat. I don't want this to overflow or anything like that, so I'm just gonna keep it on medium heat. And I'm gonna go ahead and let the chicken cook on here for like a half an hour or so, just until the chicken gets nice and tender. I did make sure to wash before doing this process, but I'm gonna go ahead and let this cook for like 30 minutes just with water and the chicken, and then afterwards we'll take the chicken off the bone. We'll be able to take the chicken off the bone. Okay, so here it looks like my mom has already taken the chicken off. I guess she used a potato masher. This tastes just like KFC. I just want to say that. But yeah, anyway, so this is now ready. I think that was on there for like half an hour or so. This is still going. So for lunch I'm gonna have this whole wheat, plain, gluten-free round bread, and then this is spinach and the lamb from yesterday again. Hey guys, so my battery's about to die, but I'm actually, so I tried to upgrade the iMovie to the newer version, and I would recommend not doing so if you're ever in the position to have to decide. So, and if you have already upgraded like I just did, you would still have the older version on your computer, so you can always just go back to that older version. Okay, so my mom has already added the chicken. She also did the tadka of onions, just plain onions in oil, fried it in a skillet, and added it in here. So right now it's sitting on medium heat. Okay, so the halim is done. Basically what halim is it's wheat, beans, or what have you, mixed with garbanzo beans and kind of ground up. Actually, so they're like previously, like in the before clip, like you could see that we had boiled those two things to kind of make them very, very tender. Then we actually boiled down some chicken. We made that very tender and we removed the bones. Even if it does not contain bones, I still recommend doing that, because later on what you'll be doing is you'll actually be grinding that that mixture down. So what I think my mom did is she actually ground down the chicken in the food processor, so that it looks like it's basically pulled chicken, which it's very tender and it's sort of still in its like wiry form in a sense. And then so the end result is going to be kind of like this. And so the brown is actually onions. The little brown particles here are onions. What my mom actually ended up doing in the end is frying up some onions in oil, just a little bit of oil, maybe 2-3 spoons of oil, with like about a half an onion, just depending on taste, you know, however you prefer, if you like to have a lot of onions. Basically the reason for that is to add in some more onions into the pot towards the end, as well as a little bit more oil, because what happens is it tends to be very soupy. So what the onion does is it makes it less soupy and more kind of like the ideal form that we want to go for here. So yeah. It's really, really delicious. So I'm really excited. I mean, this is sort of like any kind of chicken soup that you've ever had. It's kind of like that, except it's way more hearty. And it looks like my mom's got some ginger over here and some chopped or some limes. There's the box for the recipe that we use. This is Laziza's Halim Delio with garlic and ginger, and it says spices, pulses, and grain mix on there, and then it's 375 grams for $2.99. So yeah. And then it has like the lime on top, and then you can also like cut up some green chilies. Highly recommended. Those are dried like onions that you can also add on there. Also highly recommended. Key lime there, as well as ginger right there. By the way, guys, this smells actually really good. And then so here's kind of the consistency of it. Very thick. Most of it is chicken. Can you imagine? With like beans and like whole beans with the wheat. So yeah. And then so my mom, so basically like the chicken was actually in like a lot larger pieces than it currently is. My mom actually processes it already, so it kind of looks really, really stringy. So my mom's gonna fix me up a batch. So we got, this goes really well in a bowl. So I have my bowl, and then yeah, guys. The key to making halim, you guys, is to not have old, yeah, that's good. To not have old grains, because like if you need to have fresh grains, you guys, fresh grains, because you can, yeah. Okay. Alright, so now just throwing in a few pieces of ginger here. Okay. And then squeeze on the lime. Let's taste it. I hope the salt's right, because if the salt is not right in this, no. Otherwise, I pretty much don't like salt at all, but halim. Okay, very picky on that one. You can also make halim with, can you make it with, do we normally make it with lamb or anything? Lamb.
Lamb palvinda, chicken palvinda, boneless, beef.
Okay, so you can do boneless chicken, you can do beef, you can also do lamb with halim. You don't necessarily always have to have chicken. And my mom actually just splashed in a little bit of white vinegar, apple cider vinegar. So I'm gonna try this. I'm just mixing it up, but just taking a spoonful. That's a mouthful. It gives you everything. Okay, so she ground up the beans first. She did not at all grind up the chicken. Okay, so after boiling and cooking the beans, she went ahead and she ground up the beans, and then we prepared the chicken separately on a boil, and then at that point she put in some cooking oil with a masala into the chicken, and then she mixed in the chicken into the after grinding the beans into the beans. I'm just gonna enjoy this, you guys. So I'm actually having my second bowl of halim now, plus some coffee, because halim actually pairs really well with coffee. So I think it might be raining again outside. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and close the vlog for the night. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one.